I'm here in the studio on Sunday. I'm going live in about 43 minutes from 4 to 6 p.m. Central. But I'm not using the fancy equipment. I'm not using the HD audio. I'm just coming to you via Facebook mentions live with an iPhone. Because, number one, this is teleprompter free, always has been. But number two, I don't want to do this tape. I want to do this live directly to you. I say this a lot because whenever I feel embarrassed about something, I just have to say it so that I can get it out. I'm being completely honest with you here. Because it comes off as a little melodramatic, a little bit cheesy, when I say that I underestimated Donald Trump, and he is so freaking good. And it's not because he's come on my show or called me a few times. It has nothing to do with it. It's because I have studied geopolitical systems. I have done the research. I've interviewed thousands of guests. We have hundreds of millions of listeners worldwide, 40 million in every few days. And so I have immersed myself in what's really happening on this planet, and the understanding, the grasp, the vision, the instinct, the spirit of this is incredible. I have my whole life had big problems with the cult of the president of the U.S. I've been critical of our foreign policy. I've been upset about the corrupt intelligence agencies. Everybody knows that. And when it comes to Donald Trump, the things he is doing are so epic, so incredible. I don't have words to describe it. You know, I tweeted about 40 minutes before he gave his speech. I said, Trump is going to invoke the birthright of the republic. He's going to invoke the birthright of the republic. And all that means, really the true national treasure, the secrets of America that have not really been revealed to the public. And I thought growing up, learning these things, knowing these things, I thought everybody else knew these things. But I guess everybody else's family on both sides doesn't go back to the Mayflower, 1776, other key junctures, Texas Revolution, and many other things after that up until now. Because my family's just been quiet and professional and focused about what they've done for this republic. They never bragged about it. They just told me what America's destiny was and what America was going to be and what America was going to do. And as a child and even as a young adult, you kind of roll your eyes. You know, you're sick of hearing about the Lone Star State. You're sick of hearing about Manifest Destiny. You're sick of hearing about Providence. You're sick of hearing about the new Atlantis, until you really grow up and experience the Providence for yourself. And Donald Trump is the return of the republic. He is the return of the new Renaissance that was started 500 years ago in England. And it's here, and it's happening, and it goes back to the first roots of Christianity, real Christianity, not the state-sponsored, controlled Christianity we've had since then. It is the true love of humanity, true philanthropic activity, the true belief in empowering the species and going to the next level. The opposite of Satanism, being about yourself, being about hurting others, being about dominating others, being about dumbing people down so you can control them. Selfishness. It's the opposite. It's people so pure, so good, so strong that they want to see humanity soar. And Donald Trump, I always knew that it was my job to wake people up and get them ready for other leaders to come who would absolutely overturn the globalist. I've said this 1,000 times, that when someone shows up on the scene who genuinely and also in my spirit I know is fighting this tyranny, this dark force, this alien fallen one, Lucifer, when I finally see that, then I will put all my energy and all my strength behind what they're doing. And it just gets better and better. I always go with my gut as I've gotten older. When I didn't go with my gut, I paid for it. I thought, I don't really like Donald Trump. Hotels, TV shows, a bunch of pomp. Isn't he like a liberal? Okay, but the elite are attacking him. Well, I like what he's saying about America first, and he understands globalism is screwing us over. And he just got better and better and better. And he started saying, I was saying to my crew, it's like he's waking up. He's getting discernment. He's accelerating his knowledge. Then he'd go on TV and say, I'm really changing. I'm getting all this new knowledge. He was already really smart, but it's like an office he stepped into. And then I've gotten so synced that it's biblical. And of course, the leftist publications make jokes about that, make fun of it, but we're singing from the same hymn sheet. It's not that I tell him something or he tells me something. This is really amazing what's happening. So what is the big secret? Now they're rebranding, not just that Trump's a Russian agent, and I'm a Russian agent, and Roger Stone's a Russian agent, and Stephen Bannon's a Russian agent, and that Trump couldn't come up with the idea or the term that Hillary's crooked. It's like saying I can't come up with the idea that that background's blue. I mean, just look at it, it's blue. She's crooked. But studying all this and watching it unfold, now they've moved on in their latest attacks to, oh, he wants to kill American greatness. He wants to end America's world domination. The American century is over. Again, a total inversion of the truth. What have we told you thousands of times and shown you the documents for? And I'm going to, in 35 minutes on air, we've got a whole production ready, HD, Infowars.com/show, stations all over the country. We've got it all ready. Gloria Steinem and the women's movement, CIA, to bring down the country, not empower women. The Women's March, funded by Soros. Of course, we already knew that. And radical jihad movements. In fact, Buckley, I forgot to tell them to print those. It was on Infowars today. There's a bunch of mainstream articles. 40 of the 50 foundations that did this Women's March yesterday, that was big. I was there. Soros funded. And the other big one was, the main other group was Islamic Jihad group funded that supports Sharia law for women. And they're actually, I kept seeing women wearing, even Western women, hijabs. That's the new trendy rebellion, is to go into full bondage of women. God, ultimate Stockholm. I forgot to give you those. So I'm usually here getting ready a few hours before, but I've been getting ready, but we're doing this live Facebook mention. So to articulate all this is so hard to do because there's so much of it. When they say Trump's going to now kill the American century, Trump said in his speech, the whole next millennium is the human century, unlocking the secrets of science, unlocking the secrets and conquering, with God's help, sickness and disease, and unlocking energy, because he's now getting briefed. He already knew on all the fabulous stuff they've been suppressing. Trump intends to release. Here's the big secret. I'm getting chills right now. They're going to release. They're going to start accelerating the release of the advanced technologies and things that American ingenuity's developed. They're going to start releasing it instead of hoarding it for themselves. Life extension, super quantum computing, interdimensional theorem, it's all about to happen. The globalists wanted to take this and hoard it and have it in compact cities and breakaway civilization technocracy for the elite only. Trump is about to deliver the technology to the people. It's everything we've talked about. We want access to life extension. We want access to the super technologies. We want it all. That's just one of the secrets. Let me continue with the secrets. You're going to get that. That's why these greedy bastards are so pissed. But most people in the intelligence agencies are actually pro-human. And they are fighting right now for this to happen. That's why he got cheered so much at the CIA. And I'm not defending its whole history or its unconstitutional nature and the National Security Act. But the point is, it's people that have been in there long enough to figure out that they've been on the side of evil and are now really waking up to really make America great. So they take this announcement that we're not going to be just about fighting with Russia and everybody, but we're going to be about new technologies, turning it loose for the people, empowering them, life extension, everything else. And then the other big secret is America's power has been used to suck us dry and diminish us and put big mega corporations in charge, controlling all of these other countries and parlaying our success and our military into bullying and dominating and controlling them to force them into this new world order that's anti-human and anti-free market. So Trump, just like they used COG or global government on a wider model in 1944 to try to take out Hitler, he's running a giant Operation Valkyrie against the New World Order, using their whole globalist system to actually prepare to double cross that, and instead of America being sucked dry, build up America and then actually pump all those countries with high technology as well and create a giant synergistic true globalism. And it's again how the Bible says that God uses the devil's plans and programs against him. And everything they construct and steal from us and build to try to use against us ends up being taken away and used against them. He will dig a pit for you to fall into, and it will be used against him. And just believe me, you're getting the secrets here, ladies and gentlemen. I knew what Trump was up to after I started focusing on him, long before Stephen Bannon did that big interview with Hollywood Reporter and laid out how they want to make people so fabulously rich and successful that it breaks the back of collectivism forever, because they know there's been a race against Americanism and collectivism for 200 plus years. And that they want to kill that success so that you don't have access to it, so that they're slaves. Trump believes in humanity. And I was spit on probably 200 times. I was told F you probably 1,000 times the last few days. I saw Black Lives Matter, white people, that's what they call their group though, attacking women trying to get into the Trump rally. I saw just unspeakable hate and mindlessness, and it was scary. It was chemical warfare. I saw, they say it was 500,000 women yesterday. No, it was 1 million. I just report the truth. I don't minimize people's groups just so they can found small. 1,200,000, maybe more. And I had people that are experts with me on crowd sizes. They said, yeah. Trump had about 1.8 million, and the women's group over 1 million. I was trying to get out of D.C. for hours while it was just every street streaming on both sides, okay? And I was in there for hours. You saw some of the live feeds. Just the men all looked like they were dead. I don't care if they were white or black or Hispanic. They were shrunken, emaciated, 50 years old, 20 years old, pimples all over their faces, all trying to act more feminine than the women. They weren't gay, most of them. They were just hit by the chemicals in the food and water. It's in all the literature this has happened, and they know what's been done to them, and it was so scary. And then all these troll-like women, these man-hating women. And then I thought about Gloria Steinem and about how she was in the CIA and was hired to dumb women down and make sure that they worked for the state and make sure the kids got raised by the state. And I went to Google it today, because in her own book, she admits that it was her job at the CIA to do this. And I didn't know there was a 60 Minutes interview where she admitted it that's been uploaded. Nobody even knows about this. I didn't know. We're going to air it today, coming up in 30 minutes. There's the atomic clock. 30 minutes. Be live, 4 to 6 p.m. So there's so many other secrets. And I want to be clear. Trump hasn't given me any secrets. We are, the globalists make a joke out of this. Well, let me tell you something. You guys are synced. You all look like dead zombies. The women look like giant obese trolls. Every man looked like he was dying and emaciated and a cancer patient. I feel sorry for you. I didn't feel good seeing my enemy wrecked. Those were fellow humans put in front of the TV, families broken up, drugged with the food chemicals and all the rest of the garbage that they admit are so deadly when they overflow into the rivers, they're causing the fish and the amphibians and the mammals to be asexual. Everybody's like, why does everybody look asexual all of a sudden? They've been hit by chemical weapons. They now admit statistics. The sperm count's down like 90%. Men have lower testosterone levels across the board. John P. Holdren wrote a book in 1974, 43 years ago, the year I was born. He was the outgoing White House science czar, there for 8 years. He's gone 2 days ago. Wrote a book saying we're going to put chemicals in the water to lower fertility and emasculate people. It doesn't defeminize women. It makes them super feminized and aggressive, but then it gives them breast cancer. You wonder why that's up several %. I love you guys. They kept coming over, hugging me, saying, stop hating. And I went, I do actually. Then they get mad and pull away. When they're screaming, F you, and I'd go, no, I care about you. Oh, you love, and it was all fake for the cameras. Then they'd pull away and go, F you. Some of the younger, attractive women were just like, I'm just here because of my mom. A lot of them were waking up to what was happening. And I'm not bashing these women for being ugly. I love my 92-year-old grandmother. And you wouldn't say she's physically beautiful, but her soul's beautiful. I'm saying you're an ugly, diseased group of people because you were hit with chemical weapons. I mean, you go watch the footage we've got. It's horrifying. Maybe we could take the HD version of this that we're going to save on Facebook mentions and add documents and videos to this. Or maybe viewers out there will do it. We're so overtaxed, and our crew's working 7 days a week, 18 hours a day some days. Travis, I know, has been in 7 days a week. Buckley's been in 7 days a week. But we got to do this because I want to warn you. I want to resist this. Trump plans and told you in the speech, if you know how to read it. And I know this is the real Americana plan, was to do this. It was all envisioned. Is to give all the real high tech to everybody in the new developments. Is to truly unify people and make them wealthy and end this collectivist model of dependency, the Cloward and Piven model. And to have America influence the world by its strength and its honor and its truthfulness and its goodness and linking up with Russia to defeat radical Orthodox Islam. And they scream and yell, they call it fascism. He goes to the CIA, there's a standing ovation. We talked about the media lying about him, saying that there was no crowd, showing a shot from 8:30 in the morning before the gates opened, and saying nobody was there, lying to the public. When it was one of the biggest crowds ever, if not the biggest. And the numbers show that. The Metro numbers are 30% higher than what Obama had in his first inauguration, which was bigger. And that was with anarchists, communists trying to keep people from coming in. And saying they'd taken the bust of Martin Luther King out. And I love seeing Spicer get hardcore in his press conference and say, we're going to talk about your lies every day when we come in here. And turn it around. And the fact that he wasn't being smarmy and fake and cynical, that whole spirit they've got, but being serious and being hardcore, it was amazing. So we're going to air part of Spicer's deal today. Leanne's going to be in the studio talking about the attack on women and how the globalists are claiming that, branding it. Racism hasn't worked. Claiming race, now saying he's a Russian agent hasn't worked. So now it's going to go full, you're against a woman. And once Hillary got in, it was going to be, oh, you're against a woman. As if this woman represents women. We've got women on tape not believing Hillary got 1/5 of her funding from Saudi Arabia, not believing they enslaved women. We got powerful information coming up and more of the secrets that Trump is now revealing, the true American treasure, the true destiny, invoking the birthright, all of it. But the truth is, the rank and file at the CIA know America was being forced to commit suicide. They're not good, bad people, they're good people. The rank and file military, they're not bad people, they're good people. They're away. It's people like Clapper, who's an admitted Wahhabist jihadi, who told the president-elect, when he was president, you better watch yourself. And some people say, you better watch what you do, the intelligence agencies will get you. And saying on the news, Roger Stone's a Russian agent, and then he gets poisoned with polonium. It's all about peer pressure. It's all about lying to you. It's all about keeping you in the dark. And we need to lovingly, it's fun to make fun of them, I know. And we sure do it. But we need to reach out to the social justice warriors and people because they are just freaked out, whacked out cult members and are victims of seriously weaponized media, culture, and chemicals. There's a lot of other angles. I'm going to play his speech. And I'm going to make notes from it today when we air it, and I'm going to do probably a whole documentary about this speech the president made because this was the most prescient and presidential speech ever made in our history since George Washington's farewell address. This was pure liquid magic. And I'm going to decipher it today. All of what he says is hidden in plain view, but I'm going to decipher it. And when you hear the speech, you're going to realize, I've heard this from Alex thousands of times. The New York Times even asked me, as I was leaving the inauguration, they said, yeah, you tweeted that he was going to talk about providence and the birthright and redeclaring God. How'd you know that? Did you talk to him beforehand? And I didn't want to give them something to run with. And I said, I just didn't answer because I had talked to Trump that week. And I said, no, it's Americana. It's the return of that spirit. This is what America's destiny was. We're looking at the same vista. We're reading the same book. We're experiencing the same thing. We are fellow travelers in that. And Trump feels the spirit of liberty, the engine of empowering humans. It feels good to him. He's so confident that he doesn't want to dominate you. He wants to set you free. He wants to give everybody Promethean fire because he sees all the anti-human crap that's going on. He doesn't like it. Donald Trump doesn't like bullies. And my gut was always right about him, but I can't believe how good he is. He needs our support, our prayers, our defense. there's all these BS lies out there, like they'd run to me and they go, F you, Alex, Goldman Sachs. He has 3 people in his administration from Goldman Sachs. And I'd say, yeah, they have millions of employees, and all of them fought globalism and NAFTA and GATT, like Stephen Bannon, and all of them use that inside knowledge to defeat globalism because they know about what it's for, and that's why 100% of Goldman Sachs campaign donations went to Hillary, not Trump. That's the proof. Just like I said, I don't care if he gets guides that were globalists previously. You know, the globalists come to people like me and try to get me to join them. Well, Trump's getting them to join us. And many big multinationals and billionaires are now saying, okay, we'll come back to America. We like this idea of an American century coming back. But now they're, again, branding it that it's the end of America and that Trump's sabotaging America and that this empire that we're giving up is killing us. See, I had a 40 slip. That this empire we're giving up, that is what's killing us, is actually what empowers us. We've paid for this empire. This empire is set up to destroy us in the end. It's transferring our blood out to the globalists to control those nations and then impoverish them instead of a real globalism of global freedom in 1776 worldwide. I have developed a modern version of the plan of Francis Bacon and then those that came to this country and founded this new republic, to empower humanity and to bring it into the 21st century. And we're kicking off the next millennium, the next 1,000 years, trying to actually empower people and believing in that. But they have to believe in it and have to take action, have to get involved. 99% of the big billionaires are against Trump. He got almost no billionaire money. The whole global power structure, from the Vatican to you name it, is calling him Hitler. Is calling him a monster, calling him a devil, because they've stolen America and the West power to build their world government, and Trump's taking it back. And now their new talking point is, we're not just Russian agents. We now want to hurt America's power. We now want to destroy the American century and the new century. And we now want to disempower ourselves because we're not going to have this global empire. This wasn't our empire. We were building somebody else's empire. The real argument against it is that if we're not altruistic and pure and don't just have an empire of ideas, that we're actually going to now have an empowerment empire that's sexy and successful that everyone will actually get behind, and then America truly does dominate the world. Instead of the globalists using America's treasure, name, and everything else to build their world government and then implode us in the end as their rival, like Night of the Long Knives. So what Trump's doing is a true vision. It's real. It's hundreds of years old, and is a manifestation of George Washington's vision. Now, these are just some of the secrets of Trump and this entire operation. But there isn't any organization, there isn't any code books. It's spiritual. It's in the ether. It's the sixth sense. And the enemy howls in hate when I talk about this. I saw articles today going, Jones is insane. He claims it's a new populism and Trump wants to empower humanity. It's crazy. And even the New York Times and such had to admit it was pure populism and Axelrod. What are they doing? Jones is crazy. As if tying me, saying I'm discredited to populism somehow makes it not real. I mean, it's total word games. They're obsessed with two-dimensional definitions. Like if they define things, they defeat people. We transcend your definitions. We want liberty. We want it now. We want human empowerment. We're not out to get people. We have goodwill towards all. Not bad will. All right, I'm on it. 19 minutes, Infowars.com/show. The secrets of Trump revealed. More coming today. Huge show, produced clips, all of it. Amazing stuff today. Oh, Ted Cruz. Showed you about a minute of it yesterday. Ran into him coming out of my condo in D.C., the one I was renting. He was staying next to me, I guess, the whole time I was there. He comes out with a guy taking his bags behind him. The lights are out at the end of the hall where my stuff was at, where I was staying, and I'm waiting for my security guy to come out of his room. I'm there with Buckley, and he just drifts like I'm not kidding, it was like Count Dracula. It was like surreal. Just here comes him floating out. And then we had like a 5-minute interview. It was very interesting, very informative. That's coming up today in 18 minutes, Infowars.com/show. But Donald Trump's tapped into the zeitgeist, the spiritual energy of America. And those that love America, those that love God, those that love being genuine, have access to that discernment. But man, the spirit that powers the victims of the New World Order, the trendies, the man-haters, the harpies, I don't call them that hatefully, that's what they are. They were just like their souls had been sucked out, like the little creatures in the Dark Crystal. They're the slaves that have had their souls drained. They're turned into like little minions. I mean, these people were like soul drained, weak, broken, pathetic, groveling people that have a God that is the state that they believe makes them feel big and powerful. And that's why they shriek, "No, it's not true. That's impossible. No!" You've seen the videos on Infowars.com as they go, "Donald J. Trump is now the 45th president." And they're like, "Nah!" And we'd say, "Well, Hillary funds Saudi Arabians that enslave women and, gave 1/5 of the money at least to Hillary." They're like, "No, shut up. No, he got all the money from Saudi Arabia and started attacking us." I mean, it was just like, you cannot make up that they're like goblins. People ask, what's the code word for goblin? Why do you call your opposition goblins? I mean, they're like weird, even though they're black, they're like all pasty skinned and look like they're dead in their eyes. They're mainly white though. And they're just, I mean, you saw the video, hours of them passing. They were dead. They serve a God of death. They're dead inside. I saw the street preachers out there. They're actually good street preachers. They would just talk and you'd hear them. They had good voices. It wasn't just screaming at you, "You're going to hell." It was really good street preachers. I support the free speech of anybody, but I have my free speech to say something around of control. And they just all, black, white, Hispanic, had this electricity, this bzzz, they're tied into the higher power. Like a dynamo. That energy. And the ancients knew that we were electrochemical. How do you think, Bram Stoker, or whoever his name is, that wrote hundreds of years ago, wrote Frankenstein. How do he know you bring stuff back to life with electricity? They went, "What if we did that to somebody's heart?" Oh, they're back to life. See? They knew we're electrochemical. It's energy. There's a force in the world. All the ancients talked about it. And it's coming back into the world against the evil. I don't want to use cheesy stuff like a Star Wars analogy because that's New Age, but this is the return of the Jedi. And the Sith are crapping their pants. I'm live in 15 minutes, Infowars.com/show. Be part of the resistance, which you are. Everybody saw those live footage, or if you didn't, I mean, every other person, even the Chicago Tribune in a peer pressure article they wrote, this celebrities shy away from Trump, but Alex Jones is there. See, Trump's a loser. The celebrity, no one watches the celebrities' YouTubes for Hillary. We don't want to be around dumb Cher and Madonna and all you old harpies, okay, and Gloria Steinem. The point is that they did get it right that every other person was a fan at the inauguration. Because I was there, I was like, "Please stop the scene," being mobbed while I was right there, up in the review area in front of Trump. In fact, I was like sitting there and saw the people up on the thing, like looking, because I'm right down here, people boiling around me. And the point is, it isn't like I'm some celebrity, I could care less. The point is, truth's resonating. They know InfoWars is the core operating system of what Trump's doing. People say, "Well, is he copying you?" No, it's the same spirit. It's the same zeitgeist. It's the same engine. You're seeing the rebirth of America. You're seeing the tyrannical anti-human globalism being taken away from them. We're taking it away from them to empower the world. America isn't falling. America's rising. The people that run things are the ones that hate America. They'll try to torture us financially, like they're doing in England with Brexit. They'll try to engage in sabotage and all this other crap. It's not going to work. Great job to Travis for 40 minutes holding that camera still. I love you all. I'll see you in 15 minutes, Infowars.com/show. If all of you post on your Facebook wall, Twitter, your email, say Alex Jones Historic Broadcast, The Secrets of Trump. I'm going to get more into it, play his incredible address, and so much more. And you notice, as they say, he tripled down on all his evil populism and Americanism. Of course, you're going to see more and more. That's the point. Trump is so pissed, man. He's getting the secrets right now. They got cures for cancer. They've been giving us the cancer. I think that's the biggest thing. That's right. Stay with us, folks. We're now about 13 minutes out. Infowars.com/show, or stations in your area. Spread that link. Text it to friends. Do it now and tell them to pay it forward. This is important. Get it out there so we reach more people that haven't been reached. It's exponentially growing right now. I don't know how long I've got. I hope it's a long time, but the enemy's coming against me, and I'm not whining. I'm very honored. They're coming against me hard. And I'm very honored. The more they come against me, the closer I'm getting to God, the closer I'm getting to the discernment. Imagine what Trump's seeing now. The more you put yourself on the line with God for the people, the more God breathes power into you. For everything the devil does, ratcheting up power to his minions, his sorry minions that come out of the maw, God turns the power up for us, and it's amazing. I want a beer for my children and my family, and I never commit suicide, and I love life. But let me tell you something. I know God's real, and so I hunger to be with Christ. But I want to defend the innocents that are here, and that's why I'm willing to do anything to stand against the beast. Great challenges are coming, but my friends, Donald Trump, whether he knows it or not, I know he does, is the spirit of 1776. I'm Alex Jones. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Infowars.com/show. Spread that link now. Infowars has more than 15 YouTube channels and about 3 million subscribers. Our main channel has 1.854 or 1,854,000 plus subscribers. Now, they've been gaming the system for a long time to shut down nationalistic or patriotic media, saying we're right-wingers, saying we're extremists. Well, it doesn't matter who we are. We have a right to free speech, don't we? As long as we don't violate the rules. Well, now Zuckerberg has come out and said he's going to restrict conservative news like Communist China does, calling it fake news. And Google, that owns YouTube, has announced, and they've done it now 2 weeks ago, that they're going to basically make you click the bell in your notifications. We're going to show you how to do that, or you won't get all the channels that you've subscribed to, and you won't get the videos. Now, why are they doing this? It's more than just censoring. They want you to see the videos that they feed you below and beside the videos you're looking at that are corporately sponsored so they make more money. They're taking the you out of YouTube. So we're in this information war, and it's more important than ever that you promote the videos, that you like the videos, and that you send them on to others. Because the answer to the attempt to shut us down and restrict free speech that's openly now happening is for us to redouble our efforts. We're winning the culture war as true classical liberals that made this country great. We're restoring the Renaissance. So again, if you want to get our videos, so you can make your decision whether you want to see them or not. After all, that's why you subscribed. YouTube's had this since they started 12 years ago or whatever it was. And they're fundamentally changing it so you don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is promoting fake news and trash news and establishment news. It's killing real independent news. But we the people, by taking action, can break the back of this system. So please, click on the bell so you get the notifications and so you get in your feed the videos and channels you've subscribed to. I'm Alex Jones for Infowars.com.